Hello guys, today I have something special to show you guys, to review and share with the world. Today we have a huge Brachiosaurus figure that I will review, and I will we will go through the general overview of the figure and then the pros and the cons, what I like and what I don't like about the figure. Okay, so first of all, what is this figure? This figure is a Chinese Horizon Jurassic Park Brachiosaurus. Yeah, you heard that right. It is a recast or whatever you call it of the Horizon Jurassic Park Brachiosaurus kit, the Brachiosaurus in 1 to 20 scale. And today I will be showing you the Chinese version, the copy of it, if you will. So let's dive in, take a quick look, and see how well this figure is made. So first of all, we will take a good close-up of the figure. First things first is the figure's head. So as you can see, wait, let's get the camera to focus. There you go. The figure has a head that obviously resembles very closely that of the Horizon Brachiosaurus. It has the general Brachiosaurus head shape. Okay. The teeth, not as well done as the original kit, obviously. Nice black eyes, grayed out on the side of the eyes. And then we move on, as we can see. You can see the nostrils there. And then we move on, we take a look at the neck. See how the skin folds are. Now the skin folds are not as finely sculpted as that of the what it copies, but as far as I see, it looks pretty okay, decent enough. Okay, now the general color of the dinosaur is a dark gray base, and then some dry brushing with probably yellow ochre and some green. As you can see, the dry brushing. So you can see the neck musculature here definitely depicts the neck musculature very well, how thick the neck muscles are. And I don't know what these are probably some sort of osteoderms. Okay, again with the dry brushing from the yellow ochre. And now we reach the base of the neck. Now I realize that this figure seems to have a slightly larger and longer neck than the one that it copies. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm having here we go. Now we reach the shoulder. Now there is this extremely distracting seam line here. This is where it was joined. Obviously it's joined into place. It's not the same as the original kit, but alas, I can overlook it. Seeing, okay, again with the skin folds, the dry brushing, a very basic paint job, seeing that this is just a knockoff. Okay, a very basic paint job. Now we go to the legs. Now look how muscular those legs are. Again, the joint line, seam joint line of the forelimbs, muscular biceps and triceps, dry brushing, mixed green and yellow ochre. And then we reach the claws. Look at the claws, painted in shiny glossy black with one thumb claw and 3 side claws, which is obviously not anatomically accurate. Okay, then we go to the torso. You can see the nice skin sculpt and carving. Again, the skin folds, some osteoderms there. Now onto the legs. Look at the thighs. Of course, credit has to be given to the original sculpt that it copies, which everybody knows the Horizon kit is a great kit. You can see the musculature, you know, the hamstrings, the quads, hind limbs with 4 claws, which is again inaccurate anatomically, but forgiven given that the Horizon kit was released in 1993. Now onto the tail, a seam line on the tail, but this one isn't as obvious. Okay, get the wrinkles, yes, right, nice musculature on the tail, and then a nice tail tip that isn't too blunt and large. Now on the other side, pretty much the same thing. I'll just give you guys a run through from the tail so you can have a closer look. Yeah, that's it. Yes. Okay, this figure is just so huge. It's very difficult for me to have to hold it with one hand, seeing that it's so large, so heavy as well. And again, and we go down. We go down to the face of the figure on this side. Get a close focus up. Okay. Now I have measured the dimensions, the height of the figure. This figure is 115 centimeters roughly from the tip of the snout all the way to the tip of the tail, measured along the spine, whereas the height from the top of the crest all the way to the ground is 65 centimeters. So you can imagine how huge this figure is. Okay, now we will bring in some dinosaurs for a size comparison. Let me push this thing back a bit so we can get it into the camera. Alright. Again, still so large, can barely fit into the camera shot. Alright. First off, we're comparing it with the Triceratops from Safari. I'm sure many of you guys own this thing. 2017 Triceratops, just look at how tiny that looks. And then the Safari Giganotosaurus. Okay, yeah, it's much smaller. And I'll compare it with another figure that most of you guys have, the Safari Carnegie Brachiosaurus. Pan out a bit to give a good closer look in view. Alright. Okay, now the pros of the figure is if you want something large like I do, and this is definitely worth it because I bought it from China. The shipping and the cost of the figure is definitely cheap for its size, and it's probably the largest Brachiosaurus you can ever get with that pricing. Bought it for around $30 US and shipping for around $26 US. So magnificent in size wise, but that's about it. The cons, the ones that I don't like about the figure is obviously the paint job. It's very mediocre, basic at best, but I cannot complain seeing the price of the figure, which is cheap, and some seam lines here and there, but otherwise I would recommend it. I got the figure off Taobao, so if any one of you guys have access to the website, you can definitely take a look at the figure and see for yourself the promotional pics. But here I made a video for you guys to see how it looks like in person. Alright, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.